Hello, Scorpio. Thank you very much for tuning into your general read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Daily Tarot by Renata Lechner. For the supportive oracle cards, the magical spell cards by Lucy Cavendish. Alright, already shuffled. See how this goes. Okay. Let's see how this goes. Coming into the situation, you have the Six of Cups. I feel like as soon as you get involved with whatever's going on here, I'm getting that, well, here we go again feeling. Like I've seen this happen before, and you're expecting a certain outcome based on what you're seeing, based on what you've already gone through, depending on how you're connecting either with similar people or the same people. Could be the same exact people, could be a similar situation, but either way, if that's hitting with you, it's kind of like, well, here we go again. I know where this is going. That's how you're coming into this situation. Which is interesting because in the situation is very good at the moment. It's got the Page of Cups, but it's got joy with it too, which makes me feel like you're looking at it from almost like an outside perspective, kind of like people are getting along and feeling real happy, but they might be pushing forward an emphasis on how happy they are a lot, like they're emphasizing it a lot more than they actually are. They're playing it off like they're an 8 or a 9 in the happy realm when they're actually like a 3 or 4. And I feel like that's how you're looking at it. Like people are really playing it up like, oh, this is great. And you're like, you can tone it down because I know you're embellishing it a tad much. And I feel like that's why you're getting this feeling like, here we go again, people acting like they're so over the moon about this situation. And it's not like they don't like it, but they're acting like they like it a lot more than they actually do. It's kind of like a meatloaf dinner that the meatloaf is really good, but it's not. Like, they'd prefer pizza. That's all I'm saying. But they're acting like it's the best in the world. And you're like, well, it's not bad, but let's calm down. Okay, so you're coming into this. You got the Five of Pentacles on the other side. So I feel people in this situation kind of already lacking. And I see you on the other side with the Page of Swords, like you're watching. I don't feel like you're causing any type of strife with it. You're simply observing, and you're watching it happen, and you're seeing things move forward pretty quickly. But you're seeing like people, like as happy as they said they were, they seem to be looking around like they don't know what they're doing, or it's not as good as they thought it was. And you're watching, and you're seeing people kind of almost aimless. I'm getting the word aimless with this card for right now. Kind of like they're out there searching, not sure what to do. They seem a little bit aimless. And I feel like you're watching like you were so excited. How come you're so aimless now? If you were so excited before, why aren't you taking action or making this great moment that you say it was? And I feel like it's quickly moving forward, quickly moving forward to the Devil card. It's like a situation that was good that people played off like, oh, how great, oh, how wonderful, is quickly crashing and burning. It's quickly crashing and burning is what I'm getting. It doesn't take long. And I feel, again, you're kind of looking at it like, yep. I feel like you're shaking your head like, I don't know why people act like they're so happy and then this stuff happens. Like, it's not that you don't want people to be happy. It's not that. But, like, they over-embellish it and then, like, I don't know. People were getting behind the situation, whatever it was, but then so I get the situation feels like it crashes and burns. Just technical term, no. The people around the situation don't seem to know what to do with it. They really don't seem to know what to do with it. They got the Two of Swords. And I really do get that they did not want this to happen. They did not want this rough moment. But I feel like these people who are very supportive and very excited, overexcited maybe, just kind of expected the situation to kind of move forward on its own, or for somebody else to take the lead. Maybe they were expecting you to take the lead. Maybe. And just the way it turned out, they just seem to not really know what to do. But this is a result of that aimless feeling is what I'm getting. They really didn't know what to do. They really didn't have a direction. And now since they didn't have a direction, they still don't. Without a direction, you really can't go anywhere. So now they're trying to figure out, what do I need to do next to fix the situation? But you have to have a goal. You have to have... You can't fix something if you don't know what you want it to be. You know what I mean? If you have a pound of flour, you got to choose. Are you going to make a pizza dough? Are you going to make a cake? Are you going to make a pie crust? What are you doing with that? You got to have a goal. And I don't feel like they do. It's just how it is. It's not judgment on anybody's part. It's just, I feel like it's aimless. It's just aimless, and because it's aimless, there's nothing can be fixed because there's nowhere to go. It's frustrating. I don't know why. I'm getting this really strong feeling of frustration. Like, really, people? Which is weird. That's really strong, though. Now, I see you on the other side. You seem to be connecting with this, and I almost feel like maybe this is your frustration if this reading is hitting with you. Maybe it is. Because you're watching these people. You're seeing they don't really know what to do with anything. They have that pound of flour, but they're like, what do we make with it? And you're just kind of like, what do you mean, what do you make with it? Choose something and make it. You want to make a cake? You want to make a pie crust? You want to make bread? You know, pizza dough? What are you making? Make something. So I feel like you have a lot of ideas, but I don't feel like you want to really take the lead. For some reason, you really don't want to take the lead in this, because I feel like it's kind of like that mother-hen syndrome or father-hen syndrome, whatever gender you might be, doesn't really matter. But you don't want to be the one, you know, coddling and moving and nurturing everybody forward. It's kind of like you'll be taking over the situation because everybody seems so aimless. So you don't really want to, but you're starting to feel like you're forced in a corner. You're thinking it over. You're like, oh, this could be such a burden. I don't know if I want to do this, but I know what to do. I know I can fix this. I know I can get this to fly right. This only lasts so long, and I just feel like you just can't take it anymore, quite frankly. And then the chariot on your side kicks in, which I always say the chariot can't be denied. I feel like you charge forward and get things in line and get things moving forward. You organize people, you give it direction, and it takes off. The situation moves forward. People are very happy to follow your lead, is what I'm getting. The wisdom here is people seem to be looking at you like you have the plan, and they're not going to buck against it. If they're not directly in line with what you want, they're not standing in your way, they're still supporting you, because the wisdom here is saying where it's been, they don't want that. Where you're taking it has to be better than where it was. They seem to be also acknowledging, like, if they didn't want to be the ones pulling it together and taking the lead, the fact that you did, they really need to just follow. If they didn't want to be the leader, they need to follow. And, like, even if at this point, if they really want to be the leader, maybe you'd let them have that, but they don't want to be. So the wisdom here on their side is like, well, I don't want to lead anyway. I'm not going to push against the system. Let's just do what the Scorpio, which is you, wants. Let's do it that way. Let's do it their way. Doesn't matter if they really agree with you. They don't want the lead either for whatever reason. Whoever you're dealing with here, there seems to be a specific feeling there with a person. You take the lead. You put things in order. Everybody gets along again. Everything is good again. I feel like everybody's happy. The situation is pulled out of the slump. Things are back on track and going well. Which may seem like a Disney ending, but maybe in this case that's what happens. It does work out. It feels good at the end. I just don't feel like you really wanted this position, or this. I don't feel like you really wanted to be in this spot. It took a lot to get you to take it. You took it. Things are going better. And I feel like you're still a little frustrated at the end that you had to, but I also feel like you're balancing it off with, like, you know, it's better than dealing with what it was. I'll just do it. I feel like it's that energy. I'll just do it. And other people don't want to do it either. They don't want to take the lead, so I don't feel anybody's giving you pushback. Everybody seems to be getting along because you took the lead and nobody else wanted it either. I think that's it. All right. Well, thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.